Anders Vejrgang lifted the FC Pro Trophy the past weekend, and his statements after the finals were almost criminal.
Do you think you are now the #1 player in the world?
I think I was before too, but now there's definitely no way that I'm not gonna be. I think I've shown enough, and I hope people soon realize how good I am.
This self-confidence apparently gives him the highest motivation to look down on his opponents.
That's what I mean. Every time there's a trophy on the line, I'm way better than everyone else. I always get better, and all my opponents always get worse.
So how did he reflect on his ambition to win the hardest tournament of FC 25 so far? In this video, we will show you how he made the difference in the finals with his game style, so you can decide for yourself if he is the greatest of all time he claims to be. In the qualifiers previously, he played the 4-2-1-3 formation, which he also introduced in his own channel. But the one change he made during the finals was to play with a surprising 4-4-2. Understanding the formation itself is super important because it would directly affect his style of play. He had both wingers on inside forward, which would make them regularly cut inside the box to create danger, but they were set on balance since the other option would make them focus on the attacking side, and this would lack the defensive support. Central midfielders on the other side were completely on fire with an unusual playmaker attack combo. This would push them forward in the attack, creating various passing options for the build-up, leaving however a huge gap for the counterattacks. That is why he set his wingbacks on a fullback defensive combo to ensure they are not going forward, and even help the center when needed. By setting the defensive depth to 70, he can apply pressure up top with his offensive players, which he used to do in the previous titles as well. Let's take a deeper look at his attack. Instead of a fast-paced build-up, Anders prefers a slow tempo with his passing. That means his first choice is to pass the ball to a guaranteed receiver instead of risking it forward. That is why he chooses side passes before getting the ball towards the opposition box. He doesn't take any risks, covered the ball with the left analog stick towards another side if the intended passing lane is blocked by a defender, and he looks out for another opportunity. This is why the playmaker CMs become so important in his game plan, because with this they create so much passing space for his midfield. There were also some occasions where he didn't follow his own pattern of staying patient, and he rushed some passes up front which were instantly punished by a defender. So as long as he remained patient, he was in total control of the game. When he retrieves the ball, he directly looks for the space. However, he doesn't trust long passing, which is why he prefers to send quick short passes towards the other side. Receiving the ball at the end of it, he doesn't send the ball forward even though he has the opportunity. He patiently waits for the guaranteed pass to go for it. Getting the ball to the wing, he knows to get stuck, which is why he gets the ball to the open space with 2 passes back and forth. Even if he sees a direct passing chance, he doesn't want to risk it, since the defender is once more selected in that area, turns back and goes for the CM only to make the striker run and get the ball in behind the defensive line. Now he has 2 side passing options and probably 1 defender to beat. This is where the cold-blooded mind gets to work. Most of the players would expect the second side pass right after the first one, and he knows that, which is why he directly controls the ball for a shooting opportunity, sees the defender covering the passing chance, and with that scores the goal. Genius. His opponent Oberon didn't want to surrender full control of the game to Anders, which is why he turned on the pressure at some point and forced him to lose the ball only to concede a goal, which eventually made him really furious. But instead of remaining at the same understanding, Anders changed his approach to a more direct passing style towards forward, not only to break the pressure, but also to show his opponent he's one of the tough ones when it comes to breaking players like this. Adapting yourself to the opposition's game approach is something we emphasize a lot, both in our member gameplay analysis videos on the Guide Plus and in the individual coaching sessions we offer. If you want to take advantage of them, check out our bundles with huge discounts, which are linked in the description. So when he gets the ball around the box, he tends to play a 1 versus 1 instead with the defender, changing his side passing approach. And that is where he decides to use a skill mode to accelerate and get past the defender. Step over is the main tool for him. When he receives the ball around the box with a striker, he immediately goes for a step over. This could either allow him to get past the defender or create a passing choice. But since step overs are meant to give you acceleration in that manner, it would mostly create shooting chances. On the other hand, while defending, he puts an insane amount of pressure. Especially with the help of the depth 70, he applies this pressure even before the opponent can leave his own half. Observing and predicting where the opponent would pass the ball and using the right stick switching instantly cover the potential receiver is a stronger defensive trait. With this, he can force the opponent to try something extra, which might easily end up with a possession loss. The only thing that might cause trouble with this is putting up central midfielders way too up high, which will cause him to open a gap in the midfield. So instead, he starts to pressure with his strikers in the first place, not leaving any defensive option behind. When the ball gets over to his half, he tries to apply double team defense as much as possible. That means bringing out the center back while also using the second man pressure to bring the central midfielder if the opponent tries to penetrate the center, or if the opponent tries it through the wings, do the same thing with the wing back winger combo. This way he ensures that he doesn't give any breathing room to the opponent. But taking the risk and bringing out a center back so aggressively like this could be punishable if the opponent has a good reaction to it. So instead, he prioritizes using wingbacks when they're available to defend, even if the opposition tries to go for the center. This is where the player roles become so much important, because as you see, the wingback is on his way to cover the area towards the center, leaving his original spot, but the winger, who was on a balanced focus, gets back and fills a wingback spot. This allows him to have a sustainable aggressiveness in the back and put pressure when he needs to. When the opponent breaks through the center, he can also take high risks and read the intention, which is something very special. Taking risks doesn't always pay off, but if you anticipate your opponent well enough, you can easily outplay them with a single idea. Like in this case, the opposition striker is in a 1 versus 1 with the keeper, and Anders moves his keeper back and forth as if he is completely clueless. But this way he forces his opponent to go for a chip, where he allowed his keeper to run back in the last second and safely clear the danger position. His reaction says everything. Anders has been one of the most consistent players in the scene for the last 2 years and might be on his way to climbing all the way top. But do you guys think he's already the best one out there? Let us know what you think of it in the comment section below. By the way, even if you're Anders, you might concede such bangers from free kicks and don't know how to stop them. In our latest video, which appears on your screen right now, we show you how to get the most out of free kicks, corner kicks, and even throw-ins, so jump right in and learn how to score from set pieces. Hope you guys enjoyed this one. Until next time, take care and peace.